All right, so in this video, we're going to be taking a look at how to go about adding some hooks to our little keychain holder. It's a pretty straightforward process, but another reason why we should know our slicer inside out and backwards, because there's going to become a time where we're going to need to do a task like this, and we could do it very, very quickly here inside our slicer. So let's go ahead and add us a build plate here. And let's go ahead and import our hook. Now I will link to this hook in the video description below, so you have it here, but here's our hook. Let's go ahead and drop it in. Yes, we're going to import the geometry only, and this comes in absolutely monstrous. So let's go ahead and delete this part because we're not going to use that, and let's go ahead and resize our hook to something more manageable here. We are going to use uniform scale, and we're going to make our hook about 20 millimeters tall. All right, so now you can see here, if we look at this model, it's got a couple things that we don't need, like this little dovetail here. So let's go ahead and dispose of that. So we'll go to our cut plane tool, and we'll go ahead and move this down right about yonder. Make sure cut to parts is selected and choose perform cut. And then we're going to alt click our little dovetail here and delete and goodbye. All right, so now we need to cut it again. So we're going to do a cut plane, and we're going to do it at 0.2. And yes, we want to make sure cut to parts is selected, and we'll go ahead and perform the cut. Now, if you look over here in the objects panel here, you see there's that piece and then there's that piece. We're going to resize this piece. So we'll go back to scale here. We're not going to use uniform scale, and we know it's 0.2 thick. Let's change it to, let's go ahead and change it to 10. Okay, so now it's at 10. All right, excellent. So that's 10 millimeters tall. That's what we needed. So now let's go ahead and alt click this little overhang piece, and you can see it's at 4.8. Half of 4.8 is 2.4. This is important. We're going to add that to 10. So, but let's just instead of 2.4, we'll just add 2. So we'll put that at 12. So we'll go here to our world coordinate, and we'll put this at 12. Okay, so now that's up top there like it's supposed to be. Excellent. Let's go ahead and shift click all of that stuff there. We'll go into our mesh boolean, and we'll choose union to combine those two parts together. Now we just have a single part. We no longer have an assembly. Let's go ahead and move our hook down here a little ways, and let's go ahead and copy and paste over to the new build plate a copy of the original assembly. All right, so now we are in plate 2, and we're going to go through and just delete the components that we don't need. We don't need that. We're just hitting our control key as we go down the line here. That, or that, and delete. All right, because this is what we're after, these little guys. Now, I strategically created these in Inkscape because here in Bambu Studio, we don't have a distribute feature, but we do in Inkscape. And so we have these pieces that will allow us to evenly distribute our code hooks fairly quickly and easily. So we're going to select this, and we're going to right click, and we do need to split those apart. So we're going to split those two objects. Okay, now those are all individual pieces. There's our hook. We're going to copy and paste, and we're going to hit our move tool, and we have to go right there on the arrow and just slide this one approximately into place, and then back to our move tool here. Again, approximately, back to our move tool here. Again, just approximately, and one more time. There we go. Okay, now we have to line all these parts up. So we're going to take this one. We're going to go to the move tool. We're going to click right here in X, and then click over here to our hook and hit enter. And just keep doing the same thing. So click here in X, click on our hook, enter. Click here, click here, click here. See, that one popped automatically. Sometimes they will pop automatically, so don't despair. That one popped automatically. It's kind of a weird thing here inside Bambu Studio. Sometimes they pop, sometimes they don't. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of these now. Those are gone. And now you can see we have our hooks. Now what I'm going to do here is that I'm just going to take a hook, and we're just going to copy and paste. And let's just move it out of the way here. And then we're going to go ahead and select all these hooks by using our shift key and select them all. We'll go back up here, and we'll do a union here. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and make those all one. All right, so now we are cooking. So we'll come back over here on this build plate now, and what we have to do here is center. This assembly is already centered. If I were to right click on it, you see it's centered to the build plate. So we need to center these to the build plate. So do the same thing. Those are all centered up now. We'll click here at the top. I want to look at straight down, go to my move tool, and just slide these down into position. So you see now they're perfectly spaced in between one another, and they are perfectly spaced on our back plate. See how that works? So that's pretty cool stuff. So now what we need to do is, in order to print this, our hooks have to be part of this main assembly. Let's scroll down here a little bit because we do not need these parts. So we'll go ahead and select these over in our objects panel, and we'll get rid of those because we no longer need them. But the hooks, yes, we need that part of the assembly. So this is one object, and we're going to shift control the assembly and then right click and choose merge. And now the hooks are part of the assembly. Now I am going to alt click on the hooks and take a look here, and you see that these hooks are 4.4 millimeters tall. Half of 4.4, of course, is 7.2. So our Z height for these should be approximately 7.2. Let's take a look and see if that's what it is. And sure enough, they are at 7.2. Excellent, that's what we need. So now what we need to do is we need to move these on top of our build plate, but not on top, but close to the top. And I'll explain why here in a moment. So we know our build plate is 8. I'm going to subtract 1 millimeter, so that's going to be 7. 7 and 7, of course, is 14. So let's change this value to 14.22, and we'll move those into the Z direction. Now, if I zoom in tight here, let's zoom in a little bit more because I want to show you this. I'm going to alt click on a hook, and let's see if we can see this. Do you see how this is kind of like grayed out and this is a little bit darker? That's because this hook is sitting inside my 8 millimeter build plate. All right, and that's what I want. And the reason I want this is because of the cantilever of each of these hooks. Because of that cantilever, we're going to need supports. And my concern is if we were to print these hooks in place, we could with some supports, but I'm afraid that the supports might leave some residue on the faceplate. All right, and I'm not going to like that. I'm a very OCD type person. Even if it is very, very slight, I'm not going to like that. So what I'm going to propose is that we print the hooks separately, but we want to cut a hole in our base plate for those hooks to kind of sit into. All right, so that's what we're going to do next. So we're going to select our assembly here, and we're going to go to Mesh Boolean, and we're going to go to Subtraction. And we're going to go ahead and let's just push everything over. So here, there's the inner arch, and then we'll push everything back this way. Now, if you look here, we'll scroll down the list, you'll see the inner arch is actually slightly selected. It's slightly blue. You see that? But if I click on it, now it's not blue, but now this one is. That's what we need is red rover, slide that one over. All right? So there you go. So now you see we have our 5 hooks, and the green is going to be subtracted from the blue. That's the idea. Now, I have to warn you. Half the time this works really well, and half the time this doesn't work very well. And it's not because of our user error. It's just because it's a little buggy. It's a little buggy. So let's just go ahead and execute. Sit back, go grab yourself a coffee because it's going to take us a second to go ahead and do this mesh boolean. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and execute. So there we go. We now have our little indentations of where our hooks go on our back plate. And there's just a little 1 millimeter recess there to be able to locate our hooks. Put a little dab of glue there. I like to use the, it's called the Gorilla Glue Clear. And it's, I'll tell you what, you let that sit overnight and it is very, very sturdy. So now what we need to do is put our attention over here to our hook. So let's go over to our other build plate here, and we'll just make some copies. So there's our 5 hooks. Now we do have to do this on a separate plate. I'm almost certain of this, even though we technically have room over here. And the reason for that is because we need to activate a little extra option over here. First of all, we will need supports. So let's go ahead and add those supports. But we'll go back here to the Quality tab and scroll down to Precision. Now I'm using Bambu Studio, and not all slicers have this option, but Bambu Studio certainly does. And that is our XY contour. And what we're going to do is we're going to enter -2 here. And the reason we need -2 is because what we're going to do is these, by using the XY contour compensation, it's going to make these slightly smaller than the opening. So these will fit, it's 0.2 of a millimeter to the left, right, top, and bottom. So these will fit right into that recess that we just created. But interestingly, you know how sometimes you can set parameters based on the object. So you don't have to do it throughout the whole build plate, but that option is not available when we're doing it by object. So that's just kind of interesting. So if we just select one of those, then it doesn't give us the option to set the parameters by object there. So we'll just put those on a secondary build plate, and there we go. That is all there is to it. So now we can print this out. We don't need supports here. We will need supports over here, but any support will be on the back side of the hook, so you wouldn't see it anyhow. And these hooks will print slightly smaller than our recess here, so they'll be able to fit right in there, and away you go. Now you can make that recess even deeper if you wanted to, but I just typically use 1 millimeter, and that's enough just to locate our hooks and put them in place there. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out, gives you a little something to think about. Know your slicer inside and out and backwards, and you'll be able to create 3D models so much quicker, make edits so much quicker just using your slicer. So until next time, thanks for watching.